Let's sit down at a cafe and listen to his debut album. There's a really nice piano etude. Why Americans pronounce these borrowed words so weirdly? Hey, today we're looking at the borrowed words and how to pronounce them in the general American dialect. My name is Anatolio and you're watching Speakology Club. Let's begin. Attention. Better. Is You might have noticed that native English speakers modify borrowed words, and specifically they add a strange phoneme A in places where there is no phoneme A to begin with. Like, for example, French words like café or etude, English speakers say as café or etude. Or, for example, Spanish word quesadilla, you would say in English, you would say as quesadilla. Again, this weird phoneme A, diphthong A, like in the words stay or vacation, quesadilla. Now, it's important to mention here that if you do say these words as café or étude, there is no mistake. This is how these words are pronounced in the original language. However, I'm giving you here how they're pronounced in general American dialect. This is how English speakers in the US commonly, collectively decided to say these words. So let's just dive right into them. Usually, modification of a loan word comes from either a lack of a specific sound or a combination of sounds, or because of it's an adaptation to accommodate the language they will be spoken in. Like, for example, in the word chips in Russian would be pronounced as chipsy. Right? There's this little I in the end to indicate that it's plural. Or word shoes would be pronounced as shuzi in slang Russian would be shuzi. Again, this I to indicate that it's plural. Or, like I said, like the lack of a sound or combination of sounds. For example, in Korean language, the word sandwich would be pronounced as sandwich. Or in Japanese, the word computer would be pronounced as computa. Or the word Google would be pronounced as guguru. And I'm sure in your native tongue there is a lot of different examples of borrowed words and modification of those borrowed words. And I'm actually super curious to find out how you guys in your native tongue, how you modify those borrowed words. So drop me a comment below how a word or two, or maybe a pattern of different words, and how you modify them, and of course specify the language, your native tongue. There's no clear evidence why English speakers modify sound into a in loanwords, in French and Spanish loanwords. They for sure can say the sound like in measure or trend, but for some reason they say it as a in cafe. My personal guess here is that the modification is intentional in order to indicate that the word is borrowed. All right, let's dive right into them. I think it's also important to know before we begin is that a lot of these words used to have the apostrophe above letter E, which would indicate, like for example in Beyonce, it would indicate that it is an A, and in cafe and all those words, there used to be that apostrophe, but with time people got accustomed to just write, all English symbols, and you just have to know kind of, and that's why I'm giving you a list of words. It's not a comprehensive list of words, but I tried to combine the most commonly used words. All right, so I'm gonna go first and you repeat after me. Costa Mesa. Cliché. Ballet. Lingerie. Rendezvous. Quesadilla. Queso. Cabaret. Déjà vu. Fiancé. Crème brûlée. Crepe. Buffet. Decor. Entree. Gourmet. protégé, resume, bouquet, tempeh, puree, touche, debut, ukulele, consommé, frappé, pâté, rosé, anime, sauté, matinee, soirée, Santa Fe, Beyonce, Beethoven. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, click that like button, smash that like button, crush it. And then if you want to get more tips, if you want to get more useful information on improving your American dialect, American pronunciation, definitely subscribe to our channel for future videos. Stay tuned. And then there's a lot of other cool lessons. Check them out. If you do speak Russian, there is a link in the description below to check out a full online course on improving your American dialect, specifically for Russian speakers, because it is in Russian because my first language is Russian, so check it out. All right, my name is Anatolio, and you're watching Speakology Club. Peace out. At first you go like, oh, but then, you know, you go to a little town somewhere in Texas, and you go like, sir, give me a little pate here, you know, like, spread that pate on bread. A pair that lingerie, you know, it's kind of like the lingerie sort of conversation.